Hello my friends and good morning. Today's guitar intro is actually a quiz. I want to know from you which song starts like this. Hello and good morning my friends, this is Austrian Stacker. While doing the giveaway draw video yesterday, where I gave away also one of these beautiful silver Philharmonics, I thought it's worth to talk about this coin a bit, because it's really an Austrian icon, and also the orchestra this coin represents has a very interesting history. And actually there are two things we should discuss when talking about the Silver Philharmonic. The first thing is what's represented on this side of the coin, the orchestra, the Vienna Philharmonic or Wiener Philharmoniker. And the second thing is related to the building where the Vienna Philharmonic usually plays. But let's start with the orchestra itself. It's also shown here. But I think it's easier to see on a silver coin because it's a bit bigger. Diameter is bigger. So the Vienna Philharmonic is based at the Musikverein. This is translated actually like a Society of Music, or Music Society of Vienna. And what's an interesting thing is that the members are selected from the orchestra of the Vienna State Opera, which means they first have to play at least 3 years for the orchestra of the Vienna State Opera and prove their capability and talent and skills, and after these 3 years they can apply for a position in the Vienna Philharmonic's orchestra, and then they have to do like a casting in front of the board of the Vienna Philharmonics, and then the new members are selected. The Vienna Philharmonic is considered one of the most famous and best orchestras in the whole world, and they were found in 1842. What's a very interesting fact in the Vienna Philharmonics is that they don't have a fixed conductor. They work with the world's famous conductors. And interesting is also the way how they select the conductors, because the orchestra itself selects the conductors, so they select who is allowed to work together with them. And yeah, the world's famous conductors have worked with the Vienna Philharmonics. What you can see on this side is actually instruments used in the orchestra, but a very interesting thing is this horn you can see here. It's the so-called Viennese horn, and the Viennese horn is a very special instrument. It's preliminarily used in Vienna for playing orchestral and classical music, and it's used in the Vienna Philharmonic and in the Vienna State Opera. Was developed during the 19th century, and it's very close to a natural horn, and the horn players also use the mouthpiece of a natural horn, which is less concave than a typical horn mouthpiece. This horn is very hard to play, and it's very important for the typical sound of the Vienna Philharmonic, because it has a very different sound compared to other horns that are used by other famous orchestras, and it's a very important part and a very characteristic instrument that is very important for the typical smooth sound of the Vienna Philharmonic. So, as already said before, what you can see on the other side of the coin is related to the Musikvereinssaal, to the place where the Vienna Philharmonics have their home. But before I go into details, I will tell you a bit more about this famous concert hall where the Philharmonics give their concerts in Vienna. 1812, the Society of the Friends of Music was founded in Vienna by Josef Sonnleitner, and they organized concerts first of all in another hall in the city center of Vienna, but this hall just had 700 seats, so very quickly it got too small. And then 1863, our emperor Franz Josef accepted an application from the Ministry of Interior. At that time the Ring Boulevard was rebuilt in Vienna and modernized, and there was a request to give a piece of land to the Society of Music, and our emperor accepted it, and so the architect Theophil von Hansen was engaged and got the order to design a concert hall, actually with two halls, a big one, the so-called golden or big music hall for orchestra, and a smaller one for chamber music. So this is how the story of this music hall started, and in this music hall you have a beautiful big organ that is used until today for symphonies and music with organ, and this is displayed on this side of the coin. What you can see on both pictures is the big organ in the Musikvereinssaal. It's already organ number 4. It has been replaced 3 times. The original organ was first played in 1872 by Anton Bruckner. And the second coin I want to show you today is something special with a very interesting story. It's this beautiful coin from the Falkland Islands. It's a 1 crown coin. Actually I bought a graded one because I got it at a very low price, or with a very low premium, and this coin has an interesting story, so I decided to buy a graded one. So this coin was minted by the Popjoy Mint, and actually it was to remember the 35th anniversary of the liberation of the Falkland Islands. But what's so interesting with this coin is, as you can read here, it says with motto. And the coins that made it to the market don't have this motto anymore. Because what you can read here is Britannia rules the waves. What's interesting, because this refers to a song that's actually called Rule Britannia, and in the lyrics you find the sentence Britannia rule the waves. So yeah, I don't know what you're referring to, but if they refer to this song, then anyway, they made an error from my point of view. But what's so interesting with this motto is that basically just the Royal Mint of England is allowed to use the word Britannia on a coin. And obviously the Popjoy Mint didn't know, and they designed this coin with this motto on it, Britannia rules the waves. And then they had to stop production, because simply they are not allowed to use the word Britannia on a coin. And this is the reason why there are not too many of these coins with the logo on the market. And this is why I found this coin very interesting. It got a 69 grade, which is not too bad. And if you search the internet, you will find this coin also without the Britannia rules the waves logo. I found this is a very interesting story. So if you ever plan to design coins, you should check before whether somebody has a copyright, especially if you use names like Britannia or Philharmonic or whatever on a coin. Yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please subscribe, leave a comment and like my video. And I would be happy if you'd also watch my next one. Thank you very much and Servus!